What's going on, guys? Grill Sergeant here. Today in this episode, we're actually on our way to Austin, Texas right now. We are going to a barbecue class called the BBQ Smoke Lab, and I am ready to have some fun. I literally don't know what's in store, but let's find out. What's going on, guys? Today I kind of want to share my experience that I had at the Smoke Lab presented by Beef Lovin' Texans. If you are local to Texas, definitely do recommend checking it out. For the price, it's hard to beat. Now, you might be thinking, Grill Sergeant, if you already know a lot about barbecue, why would you be taking a barbecue class? And the biggest reason to that is I never want to be in a position where I'm like, I think I know it all, because there's just so much to learn. There's certain techniques that get shared at classes that you're like, hey, I've never tried it out like that. And there are a few other things that we're actually going to be covering in today's video. So if you do sign up for this class, it is a 4-hour class. It's held in Austin, Texas. And about a week before, they send you out pretty much an agenda / itinerary, what they're going to cover and whatnot. We first started off the history of barbecue. What was the first, barbecue joint, and then traced the history up until present. Every so often, they do these thing called the smoke bites. So a lot of the appetizers they served, mind you, everything was beef related. If Beef Lovin' Texans is going to host something, every appetizer, everything was beef. So first appetizer they brought out was a beef bacon wrapped jalapeno popper, which they called the Rattler, I believe. And man, that was so good. So I really like the class, how they had it set up. For the most part, it was indoor and it was a little bit outside too. So when we were doing a practice cook or learning about some smokers and stuff like that, that part was outside. Definitely, other than you thinking like, I'm just going to be sitting around in a chair for 4 hours, that's definitely not the case. After that, learned a little bit more about just the different cuts, different grades. Then we went outside and we kind of got into teams and everyone got their own picanha. We would set up the grills all the same charcoal, all the same wood. The only thing that was different is the rub that you could pick. Barbecue rubs are great, and I definitely have some that are my favorites. But it was interesting trying the same cut of beef, smoked and grilled the same exact way, the only difference being the kind of rub that you use. And that blew my mind on just all the different flavors you got out and kind of just how important the rub is itself. To me, I kind of went in being like, hey, it's about the quality of the beef. But then you try someone else and you try just a different rub and it's like, ooh, you'll find some that, I didn't like that one. It was a little too salty. This one, oh man, the salt and pepper ratio was perfect. That kind of blew my mind how much of a difference just rub alone makes. So after that, we went back in and they brought in some tomahawks they had smoked. Very good. And as Jerry McPherson was presenting the class, and he was like, does anyone want to try it off the bone? Ali Khan was there, and so he went up and he just ate some of the meat right off the bone. Definitely everyone got a laugh out of that. From there, they did another taste testing. They brought out, it was a beef shank. You're just getting bombarded with just all these flavors. Then we went outside. Jerry was kind of just talking about the different types of smokers that you could use. Now, it was pretty cool that one of the sponsors there was Pit Boss. So that's how I was able to get in and take the class. But they also had brought in the Pit Boss drum smoker, which I have. They had a Pit Boss vertical smoker. And so it was pretty cool seeing the stuff that I use in my backyard, and on my show, it was there. And we kind of got to share our feedback and whatnot with that. They were showing us how to use one of those burn barrels, had one of those propane torch things. And so he's given each one in the class kind of a chance to use that. Then we went inside, and probably the kicker for the event was Jerry had stayed up all night on the offset doing some Texas style brisket. And man, just slicing into that, just seeing how juicy it was, just looking at it from the standpoint of if you went to a barbecue restaurant to eat good, you're probably going to be spending more than what this class was, and you were just eating good, and they sent you home with like a cool little goodie bag. As far as the goodie bag goes, a lot of Pit Boss products, obviously, because Pit Boss is going to be one of the sponsors, so everyone got to bring home your good old spatula set. We got some Pit Boss rubs up in here, which don't be sleeping on the Pit Boss rubs. I ended up doing a pulled pork burrito yesterday, and I was like, dude, I just want to throw as much Pit Boss seasonings just to kind of experiment and get some flavor profiles out of it. And man, I'm telling you, we ate good. Stay tuned for that video. Probably come out next Saturday. Can't go wrong with some tumbleweeds, some beef tallow, little notepad for if you wanted to actually take notes during the class and whatnot. And then it was really, really cool. You also at the table pretty much got this workbook, and inside here pretty much covered tons of information. We're talking, every beef cut known to man. Also, if you wanted to learn more about either smoking, grilling, pamphlets on that, even a bumper sticker that says, "I break for brisket." And then after the class, you were awarded with a certificate of completion. And so, yeah, that was pretty cool. After the class, I was able to pull Jerry aside to kind of have like a little impromptu discussion with him as far as kind of what got him in his background to all this stuff. So we'll end the video with that little chat. But I just want to say thank you guys for watching, and yeah, see you guys in the next one. We are next to Jerry McPherson. An awesome class today. Thank you so much for teaching it.
Oh, sure.
That was awesome. So give us a little background kind of what got you actually either connected with, Beef Loving Texans and then the Texas Beef Council. Like what kind of like got you up to this point? This was such a fun class. I definitely recommend it to anyone who's looking. If you're in Texas, definitely such a fun and awesome class. So what got you into teaching this?
Well, I mean, it's kind of been developing over the last couple of years and all that. We've done a lot of what I want to say education in terms of grilling and all that.
Yeah.
And smoking and barbecue has become so much bigger in Texas just within the past, 5-10 years. It's just really grown enormously. And we would teach a little bit of smoking and all that, but we just thought we could dig a little bit deeper into it.
Yeah.
Give a lot of folks that just aren't comfortable, haven't ever smoked or done any grilling really, and just thought this would be a great opportunity to reach out to the consumers, kind of educate them about beef, because I work for the cattle producers, so we're all about beef promotion, research, and education, and this was just a great program developed to be able to do that and bring people in here, have a good time, learn some cool little tips, tricks, and all that, check out some different smokers and just find what they feel comfortable with and enjoy a lot of beef bites is what we like to do.
I do love how the class was so diversified in that you had people that were taking the class for the very first time, and then you had people that were, pit masters, and yet the class it was like the perfect mixture of, I came in with it. I know, a thing or two about barbecue, but it's like you always learn something new. And so it was fun, but definitely for the person who was like, oh, I'm getting my feet wet, this was such a fun experience. So this was your second time doing the smoke lab?
Yep, second time for the smoke lab that we did. We did one earlier this year. It went really well. This one was a tremendous turnout. Nice. I think this was even better. So I'm looking forward to the third one, see how well we go. But I think today was kind of the pinnacle of what we were looking for, exactly how we wanted things to go. And I don't think it could have gone any better.
Nice. Well, hey, thank you for teaching the class. It was awesome. Again, if you are near Austin, Texas, definitely check out next year the Smoke Lab. This is a whole lot of fun. And all right, catch you guys in the next one. Hey, thank you so much. Yeah, likewise, man. And that's about it. Yeah. So you guys can go on to the next YouTube video, but you're still chilling here. Why? I don't know. What do you think? Let me know in the comment section. Would you take a barbecue class? I mean, type away. Make sure to also hit that like button. And if you want, the subscribe. But I'm going to twist your arm. I already got my silver play button. You can do what you want. This is America. Hey, see you later, guys.